In this tutorial, we're gonna explain the most common mistakes have been conducted in filling the course specification. First, here we can see the credit hours. It should be stated as 3 hours if it's here it's shown as 3 hours. So this is the first mistake. Then we need to fill the course type, it's required, and its department. Then we just tick these the first year, and we need to specify the term as well. Is it the first or the second term or the level that the course is taught? Here, the second mistake, we need to put the total credit hours for the whole term. So we need to do 3 times 15 equals 45. So we need to put here 45, then the percentage 100%. Then we move to the next table, which is the contact hours. Again, we here need to put the 45, and then the total is 45. For the course objectives and learnings, we would suggest that for the course description, it should be a very brief description, and we don't need so many details in the description of the course. For the course main objectives, we would suggest that it's better to use the points and to start directly, that at the end of this course the students will be able to then we state the objectives. After that, which is a very important point for the course learning outcomes, first we need to make sure that the total number of the course learning outcomes should be between 6 to 8 learning outcomes. This is the first point. The second point, we need to recognize that we use the correct action verb for each learning outcomes, and we can identify these action verbs from the file which is uploaded in the Blackboard course file when you enter the Deanship of Quality and Development in the Blackboard. So you can find this file, and then you can identify the correct or the suitable verb for each learning outcome. Please note that there are some blurred areas between the verbs of the domains, so we would like to try to be as clear as we can in choosing the verbs that identify the specific learning outcomes. Then we need to consider the alignment of the CLOs with the correct PLOs. In this case, we need to go back to the program specification and to notify that this course, for example, ACC 201, is aligned with K1, and then S1, V1, 2, and 3. Let's check here. K1, K2 isn't matched with this matrix, so there is a problem either in the program specification or in the course specification. So please revise that with the coordinator of the program to investigate the exact problem. Is it in the program specification or in the course specification? So we need to do that with all the CLOs in this course specification. Then after that, we need to make sure that the total of the contact hours equals the exact hours, which is it will be here 45 hours at the end of the term. Then we move to the teaching and assessment strategy. Teaching strategies, for example, here use textbook. This is not the teaching strategies. We are not talking about the resources. We are talking about the teaching strategies such as the discussion groups or brainstormings. These are the strategies that we suggest we need to write in this comment. Please go back and check the strategies and make sure that these strategies are suitable to be applied for the specific CLO. Okay. With the assessment method, we need also to make sure that any assessment method is also aligned to the suggested assessment methods presented in our program specification. But for each assessment method for the CLO and the course level, we need to specify it. For example, here we need to write the midterm quizzes or the the final exam or the, for example, project or assignment, presentation, and etc. Another mistake, which is the code of CLO, which should be mentioned here. Also, we need to consider that the assessment task for students and the numbers of the tasks are mentioned here in this table. Okay. Then after that, we have the student academic counseling and support. The instructors can take many parts of this one from the program specification. So the courses would have the same academic counseling and academic support for students. So the courses will almost have the same paragraph here. Then we have the learning resources and facilities. With regard to the resources, it's better to include more than a required textbook. And also here, it's fine. Then we have the facilities required. They are almost the same for all the courses as well. Okay, here the accommodation, technology resources, other resources. These are the most common resources needed in teaching and learning. Then we have the course quality evaluation, and it's mentioned here evaluation areas and evaluators and assessment methods. So try to be very clear about each common, the information in each common that's related to the course, not to the whole program, please. Here, for example, we have graduate students and academic curriculum peer review. We may need only to refer to the peer reviewer or faculty or program leaders. And then in front of each evaluation methods, we need to state that either it's direct or indirect. The last important information we have in the course specification is the specification approval date, which is needed to be approved by the departmental council and the governing council. Then we need to put the reference number of this governing council and finally the date of the governing council which the course specification is approved in.